Namaste, sir. Namaste, sir.
Yeah, namaste. May I audible?
Sir, is my voice audible?
Yes, your voice is audible. May I audible?
Audible, sir?
Yeah, audible.
Sir, thank you, sir.
May I audible?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Yeah, voice is clear, no?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
I'm Dr. Hiramet, sir. So shall we start the session, sir?
Yeah, no problem, sir.
So before to that, we'll have some brief this thing, sir. Welcome, sir.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay. So very good morning to all. I welcome for our webinar on Panchakarma 2021. Today we have a eminent speaker, Dr. Anil Manguli, sir, who is Associate Professor, Department of Panchakarma, Sri JJ Cooperative Hospital Society, Ayurvedic Medical College, Betaprabha. So today I hand over the mic to Dr. Badrinath, sir, so who is going to give the welcome speech on this particular session, sir. Please, sir, continue, sir. Hello, sir. Continue, sir.
Is it audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Shall I continue?
Yes,
Shall
yes.
I continue?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning to all of you. Today we are having a special guest with us, Dr. Anil Mangule, sir, Associated Professor, Department of Panchakarma, SGJ Hospital Societies, Ayurvedic Medical College, Betaprabha. Sir, good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Anil Mangule, sir. Sir, Anil, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. A very happy New Year, sir. Yeah, same to you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, we welcome you to this webinar on Panchakarma 2021 from SVM Ayurvedic Medical College, ILKAL, sir. Sir, we have pleasure to invite you for this webinar. Today, sir is going to tell us about different Svedana therapies in clinical practice. Sir, we want to know from you different Svedana procedures which are simplified, which we can clinically practice, because in our Shastras, they are so complicated Svedanas, they have told, which we cannot practice in daily practice. So from you, we want to know, our UG students want to know from you, how we can simplify these different Svedana therapies and which we can use to day-to-day clinical practice. So once again, I welcome you, sir, and once again, I welcome you, sir, for this webinar series. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving us opportunity, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. So you can continue, sir. You can continue, sir.
Thank you, sir. So Dr. Anil sir,
Yes, sir.
so we can continue the session, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Please, sir, continue, sir.
Okay, sir. Before sharing the slides,
Yes, sir.
before sharing, just I want to state a few words.
Sure, sir. Sure, please.
Yeah, sir. So I'm very much thankful to Dr. Das sir and Dr. Badrinath sir and Dr. Vijay sir and all the management staff and teaching staff giving me an opportunity to deliver a guest lecture on application of different Vedana therapies in day-to-day clinical practices. I'm very much thankful to all of you, sir. So we'll start the session, sir.
Yes, sir. Please.
I'll share the slide.
Oops. So you can share.
Yeah. Is it visible, sir, now?
Yes, sir. Yes. It is visible, sir. Visible, sir.
Right, sir. Then we'll start, sir. We'll start the session.
Yes, sir. You can continue, sir. Continue, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, welcome all of you and a very happy new year and healthy new year to all of you. So, myself, Dr. Anil S. Manuguli, reader PhD Gadaprabha. So, my topic for the today's webinar is different Vedana therapies in clinical practice. So, I am only going to concentrate on the different Vedana modalities, what are the care should be taken, how to judiciously apply in the patients. So topic itself is a very vast, so I am not going to concentrate on the procedure, the selection of the procedure I am going to concentrate. So my presentation includes a brief about the importance, definition and different types, general indication, contraindications, discussion on clinical utility and application of different Vedana therapies, probable mode of action, and in general, scope for the research in Vedana and conclusion. So before starting session, to know about the Vedana, so there is no place for Shodhana for the Vedana. So
Hello, sir.
as we are using the main karma, Pradhana karma also can be used as Vedana. In Pachat karma, we are using Shalya, Opaharita, Mudagarbha, Suprajata. And prime modality of the treatment in Vata Kaphaja. So Svedana can be utilized in Vata Kaphaja disorders. Mala, it can be considered as Mala of Medo Dhatu. And Karma is Kleda Dharana. And Svedana always done after Snehana. So while coming to the definition, the Stambha Gaurava Sitagnam Svedanam Svedakakam. That is the process by which sweat or the perspiration of the body will be produced, and the Svedana is procedure which relieves the stiffness, that is Stambhata, and heaviness, that is Gauravata, and cold, that is Sitata, and which induces the sweating. The one which reduces or the relieves the stiffness, heaviness, and coldness and induces the sweating is called as Svedana. The word Sveda is derived from Svid Dhatu and the pratyaya, to cook or to ripe or to perspire. So this is the definition. So importance as a Purva Karma. So Sveda Vishandar, the one which liquefies the doshas is Svedana, and Vriddha Vishandat Pakat Sroto Mukha Vishodhanat Shaka Mukwan Balam Postayanti Vayuvicha Nigraha. That the togetherly Snehana Svedana will does the Vriddha Vishandana, Paka Sroto Mukha Vishodhana, and then it does the Paka of the doshas and brings the from Shaka to Kosta. So this is the importance of the Purva Karma as Snehana and Svedana both. And another one simile is given by the Charaka to explain regarding the importance of the Purva Karma. Shushkanyapihi kastani sneha svedopadanai namayanti yatanayam kim punarjivito naran. That is the simile is given like this. The Shushkanyapihi kastani, the bamboo, that's the bamboo, if you given a good snehana svedana, it can be flexed in any direction. Then what about the naran? Naran means the human being. The living, non-living things, if you give a snehana svedana, it can bend like anything. If you give a living, that's a human beings correct snehana svedana, it can be flexed in any direction. That is the importance and beauty of the purva karma explained by the Charaka. Another one is snigdasya sukshma ayeneshu linam svedastu dosham nayati dravatvam. That the deeply seated dosha can be liquefied by snehana svedana. That is the importance of purva karma. And the svedana can act as agni dipana, tvak mardavata, bhakta shraddha, shroto shuddhi, nidra tandra nasha, and sandhi cheshrata. So this is the importance of as a purva karma by svedana. So coming to the classification, there are a number of classification made by the acharyas. So we're by 2 methods, 3 methods like that, we'll go detailing. Dvandvaja sveda, that is 2 types by using agni and niragni, that is by using the agni or fire. So sagni svedas are 13 types, anagnis are 10 types. On the basis of properties of svedana, so gunas, on the basis of gunas, we are on the basis of gunas, where the particular part is using or whole body is using. On the basis of karma, svedas are samshodhana sveda and samshamana sveda. So for the purpose of shodhanartha we are using, or purpose of shamanartha or samshamanartha we are using on the basis of samshodhana sveda and samshamana sveda. And the site of doshas, that is snigdha purvaka ruksha sveda and ruksha purvaka snigdha sveda. That means if the vata dosha is accumulated or amashyagata vata, if the vata dosha is vishated in amashyagata, first local dosha should be given, that is ruksha sveda should be given. Next, coming to the trita sveda, that is 3 types of sveda: ruksha sveda, snigdha sveda, snigdha ruksha sveda. And also depending on the intensity of the heat used for the svedana, that's mrdu sveda, madhyama sveda, and mahan svedas are 3 types of svedas. And next, coming to the chaturvida sveda, that is mode of applications by Sushruta and Ashtang Pradaya: tapa sveda, ushma sveda, upanaha sveda, and drava sveda. That is types. And next, Kashyapas, according to Kashyapa has explained a beautiful contribution of the Kashyapa is Hasta Sveda in among the types of Svedas. Hasta Sveda, that is given in the 4 months early in the neutral stage, 4 months, rubbing of the hand and applying that hand, warm hand to the babies, that is Hasta Sveda. Remaining 7 Svedas are Pradeha Nadi Prastara is explained by Charaka, same as that, but the contribution of Kashyapa is Hasta Sveda, Astaveda Svedami. So next, Charaka Sutra 14/39 explains the different kinds of, that is 13 types of Sadhni Svedas: Sankara, Prastara, Nadi, Parisheka, Avagaha, Jhentaka, Ashmagna, Kashu, Kuti, Bhu, Kumbi, Hoop, and Polaka. So not going to detail about that, many more things to cover. So Niragni Svedas, main thing here in Sagni we are using fire, and here in Niragni without using the fire or without Agni we are producing the sweating. So in Charaka Sutra 14/64 there are 10 types of Niragni Svedas are there. Vyayama Ushna Sadhana Group Pravarnam, Shuddha Bahupana Bhaya, Upanaha Krodha, Ahat and Atapa Sevana. All of you know this one. The only thing, the logic behind this one, how we are generating the heat or the perspiration is, here 3 modalities we are using in this Niragni Svedas. Either we are generating the heat inside the body and the sweating we are producing, either we are preventing the heat dissipating from the body, or we are prevention of the heat loss from the body, either we are exposed to the heat. So there are the 3 logic behind this, how we are producing the sweat in Niragni Svedas. So in Vyayama, Ahat, wrestling me, then in Kshuddha and Bahupana. So here we are generating inside the body. We are generating the heat inside the body. Due to the muscle exercise or exercise will generate the heat, and ultimately core temperature will increase. That will stimulate the hypothalamus. Then sweating will occur. Same thing in Krodha and Bhaya. Excessive Bhaya or excessive Krodha, there is a stimulation of adrenaline. Then heartbeat will be increased. Then we are generating the heat. That heartbeat or heart muscle working will generate the more heat and ultimately stimulate the hypothalamus, and heat will be sweating will be produced. In Bahupana also, that's due to excessive alcohol taking, there will be a palpitation or the heartbeat will be increased more. Then ultimately more metabolic rate and more heat production, and ultimately sweating will be produced. And the craving for the food, that is kshuda also, there will be excessive peristaltic movement in the intestine, will generate the more heat and then stimulate the hypothalamus and heat receptor, and then sweating will be occur. So this either will generate the heat, either will prevent the heat loss, either will expose. Atapasevana, I told no, exposed to sun rays will ultimately increase the core temperature and produces the sweating. And coming to the prevention of the heat, Ushna Sadhana and Guru Pravarna. In this, where Ushna Sadhana and Guru Pravarna, we are preventing the heat loss from the body. Ultimately, core temperature will be increased, then will produce the sweatings. The only logic behind these three: either you apply, either you prevent, either you generate. So this is, and especially Niragni Svedas are using in the Kapha Meda or the Vata conditions. So incorporation of the Agni Svedas, Tapas Veda. This is nothing but the incorporation of 13 types of charakas in 4 types of Sushrutas, Sveda types. Okay, in Tapa we can, so this is nothing but the direct contact of the metals, earthen balls, or sand, or any other dry substances. You can wrap in this importantly, and you can directly apply to the body. This is Tapas Veda. Jhentaka, Karshu, Kuti, and Kup and Holaka Svedas are comes under the, we can incorporate in Tapas Veda. Ushma Sveda is the vapors which are exposed to the body. So इसमें क्या है? इसमें जन Sankara, Prastara, Nadi, Ashmagna, Kumbhi, and Bhusveda can be incorporated in Ushma Sveda. Drava Sveda, that is Parisheka, Avgaha. Liquid we are using here, either Parisheka or comes under the Dravaseda. So this is incorporation. So general indication, just not detail. General indications, the indications for this Vedana therapy, all should be keep in mind that Vata Kapha Rogas or Nirupastambita Vata Vyadis are the main special indications for the Vata or Svedanas. So depends on Ruksha Snigdha Sveda, we are selecting the procedure. So in Pranavasrutasis, usually Pratishaya, Kasa, Swasa, Hikka, Mutravasrotasis, Mutragata, Mutrakrachra, Abadosha conditions, Alasaka, Visuchika, Vatavyadis, Karna, Manya, Shirashula, Ardita, Pakshagata, Vata Kantaka, Kampana, Khalli, Ekanga Sarvanga Vata, Angamarda, and Radrisis are the indicated diseases for the Svedana. So in Vata Kavaja conditions like Pashashula, Prashtashula, Katigraha, Galagraha. So only thing is you should be keeping in mind that the disease which we are selecting is, it should be Vata Kafaja origin or either Nirupastambita. While selecting cystic shali vagara, you should see in Nirupastambita like that. Okay. So special indications according to Sushruta Chikitsa 32 chapter, Tapas Veda should be directly indicated in Kapha Rogas, Ushma Sveda Kapha Rogas, Drava Sveda Pitta Anubandhi Vata Rogas, Upanaha Vata Rogas, Niragni Sveda should be Kapha Medo or the Vata Rogas. So this is the special indications mentioned by the Sushruta. So contraindications, the main thing behind the contraindication, you should be always keep in mind that the patient should not be a Pitta Prakriti, and the patient should not be a excessive temperature or a Pitta Prakriti or any Pitta Prakopaka disease condition. The patient should not have any paresthetic conditions. Patient should not have any wound or exposed wound should not be there. You should always keep in mind while indicating the while indicating this Svedan therapy. The persons with Kashaya Rasa daily taking, Madhyanitya, Garbhini, Pitta Prakriti should not be advised. In Pittaja Vyadis, Rakta Pitta, Dabda, Pitta Meha, Trishna, and Kshuda, Kamala, the Svedana should not be indicated. In Vakavikara, Kushta should not be indicated. Dhatu Kshayajanya conditions, Ati Durbala, Ojakshaya, Shukrakshaya, Shosha, Urakshata, these should not be indicated. Madhumeha, Gudabramsha, Vishavikara, Madhyavikara, Stula, Udara. So why it should not be indicated means the person either cannot withstand the Svedana or the patient is unable or fit, unable to take this one. The patient condition may worsen by giving Svedana. So these are the things we should avoid during Svedana Karma and should not indicate it in these conditions. Okay. So its main topic mine is clinical utility of Svedana, how we are using in day-to-day practice. Understanding of Sveda application, how you should select or in what basis we are selecting the Svedana. So we are using for Purva Karma or Pradhan Karma, you should first only know and then we select it. And we are using Agni Sveda or Anagni Svedana. you should be first before only know and select it, or whether we are using Snigdha or Ruksha Sweda, be particular in that we are using Sthanika or Sarvadaika, or selection of the specific Sweda for particular disease should be selected, selection of the specific drugs according to the disease state and stages of the disease, and know how to apply totally on affected area, because some are tapping type of, some are squeezing, some are macerating type of Swedas will be there. So that's why know how to apply totally on affected area according to the disease. Always check the temperature prior to apply on the body. So any kind of application to the direct body, just to check the temperature to the dorsum of the hand and then apply. So this is next Sweda as a Purva Karma. How we are using Purva Karma, this Vedana, Sarvanga Bhashpa Sweda or Ushnodaka Snana in Vamana Virechana. Before giving Vamana Virechana, we are using Bhashpa Sweda or Ushnodaka Snana. Sarvanga Sweda or Sthanika Bhashpa Sweda in Basti, Nasha and Shiraveda. And in Nadi, Prastara Sankara Sweda in Swasa Atyayika Avastha, we are using as a Purva Karmas. In Anagni Sweda, Kapha Medavarta conditions, we are using example Urustamba and Staude. So this is Sweda as Purva Karma. So Sweda as Pradhana Karma, I told you for the local Shamana of the doshas or disease, underlying pathology like lumbar spondylosis, osteoarthritis, some conditions, many other conditions, we are using the Sweda as a Pradhana Karma. There, Sankara Sweda means that can be also called as Pattali Sweda, that can also be called as Pinda Sweda. So we are using for the purpose. So here there are two types of Swedas we are using, Ruksha Sweda and Snigdha Sweda. So what are Ruksha Swedas are? Ruksha Swedas are Churna Pinda Sweda, Tusha Pinda Sweda, Valuka Pinda Sweda, Lavana Pinda Sweda. So Snigdha Swedas are Patra Pattali Sweda, Shashtika Shali Pinda Sweda, Masha or Mamsa Pinda Sweda, Jambira Pinda Sweda, Upotanda Sweda, Chincha Lavana Pinda Sweda. These are the Ruksha and Snigdha Sweda we are using in a day-to-day practices. So clinical approach, Ruksha Sweda but Snigdha Sweda. How we have to select? In which condition we should Ruksha or we should select Snigdha Sweda? So in Ruksha Sweda, Ama Yukta condition, you should always select the Ruksha Sweda. In Snigdha Sweda, Nirama Yukta conditions. In Kapha Samsrishta or Kaphavrita, you should select Ruksha Sweda. Vata Pradhana or Vata dominant Kapha, you should select Snigdha Sweda. In inflammatory conditions, Ruksha Sweda should be selected, and in non-inflammatory conditions, Snigdha Sweda should be selected. And the type of disease, according to that, the selection of the Sweda will be there. And affordability is also important, whether the patient is affordable or not, or a correct one. So on that basis also we can select. And always you should avoid tapping of totally in acute inflammatory conditions. You should be always keep in mind while practicing, you should not be, or if the acute inflammatory condition is there, you should not tap totally on the affected area. So this is clinical approach. Coming to the selection of Ruksha Sweda, how? So common indications where we are in day-to-day practices, we are selecting these Ruksha Svedas, Amavata, Vata Kapacha Manyastamba, and Vata Kapacha Grudrasis, Sama Sandhigata Vata, inflammatory, that is Sama Sandhigata inflammatory conditions, and Granthi and Gustambas is common indications. All mentioned drugs can be selected for Ruksha Svedas, like I told you, Valuka, either earthen pieces or either earthen ball or any husk or churna or any other things which are wrapped or made into the pottery, and we are using according to the disease conditions. And also application of Vata Kafara Taila before Svedana. You are directly, don't apply the Sveda direct to the patient. You should always keep in mind, you should always done a Snehana first. So like Vata Kafara Taila is like breaths in the body Taila. While doing the Ruksha Sveda, you should just give Abhanga to the local part. And also Murchita Tila Taila or Mahavishigarbha Taila can be selected before giving Ruksha Sveda to the affected part. So coming to the Valuka Sveda, first among Ruksha Sveda, it should be always used in a Samaroga condition, Amavata condition, Granthi, selected. Why Valuka we are using? So it is having a more more heat retention capacity. Valka is having the more heat retention capacity. That's why Valka. So if you heat it, it can retain some more time or more heat inside that. It can use for a longer time. That's why Valka, Samaroga, Amavata, Granthi, Urustama condition, we are using it. So it can be more time you can use, more areas to be covered and repeatedly required. So it can easily available. It can easily available using. And a soft touch on affected part. No need to change every day. No need to change. So always you should be keep in mind, avoid tapping, keeping for the longer time on the particular part. This should be care should be taken in all of us. So coming to the it can be also called as Podikiji. Paja Manyastamba, Vata Kapacha. So Vata Kapaja Manyastamba, Gridrashi, Vata Kapaja Gridrashi, Katigraha, Sama Sandigata, Vata and Staulya. So here in Churna Pindasveda, we are using different kinds of churnas for the purpose of the Svedas. So example Churna which is having the Ushna Tikshna Guna, we are using example like Rasna Churna, Vaishnavara Churna, Kola Kulatyadi Churna, Ottum Chukadi Churna, Tripala Churna, etc. we are using. So depending on the state and stage, or Vata Kafara or Vata, depend on that one, churnas are we are selecting. Always add Haridra and Manjishta, Khadira Churna to avoid skin rashes or allergic reactions while doing the procedure. So always you keep in mind, Haridra, Manjishta, Khadira are used to avoid the skin rashes along with your churnas. Change the churna daily or 3 days once we can change it. Heat the pottery indirectly. Check the temperature before application on the body. So always we should check the temperature before applying any kind of Svedas to the patient. You just check on the dorsum of the hand and you apply. So next coming to the Tusha Pinda Sveda. So Tusha is a husk, that is a rice husk what we are using in our practices. So it is a cost effective but not available everywhere. So readily it is not available. So it should be collected previously and then plan for the Tusha Pinda Sveda. Tie the pottery medium tight. Always the Tusha Pinda Sveda that pottery should be tight, very medium size, and it can be easily applied to the corners of the neck also. So it can mold or you can griply you can handle it, and we can apply corners of the neck also. So that's why Tusha Pinda Sveda is it can reach all the body parts. So no need to change daily, and heat the pottery indirect method, not direct method. You should always heat the pottery indirect method on the pan. So coming to the Lavana Pinda Sveda, commonly used in Amavata or in painful conditions, and that is Saindava Lavana. What day to day we are using Saindava Lavana only, and it is a more cost effective and easy for the application. And take Lavana every day pottery should be changed. So apply till stiffness comes down, inflammatory changes comes down, pain mildly comes down. If you continue, then pain will be increased. So the stiffness or the inflammatory changes come down, then automatically stop the Lavana Pinda Sveda. So this should be a practical aspect what we are practicing now. Okay. And selection of the Snigdha Sveda. Just I covered the Ruksha Svedas. Now we'll select the selection of the Snigdha. Coming to the Snigdha Svedas. So common indications and methods of the Snigdha Svedas. So always you should be Snigdha Sveda selected in Vata Pradhana, Shula Pradhana, Dhatu Kshayajanya, Mamsa, Meda, Asti Kshayajanya, or muscular spasm conditions, Karma Kshaya, Vata Vadis we are using. Karma Kshayajanya, Vata Vadis we are using Snigdha Svedas. And always we are in day-to-day practices, we are using it in Pakshagata, Ardita, Sandigata Vata, Gridrasi, Katishula, Astibhagna, Abhavahuka, Amavata conditions, we are using Snigdha Svedas, depend on the disease conditions. Vata Pradhana Kapalakshanas, if it is there, you can use it. All mentioned drugs can be selected for the Snigdha Svedas. Sarvanga and Ekanga can be used. Prayer Abhyanga with indicated Sneha. Always you do Abhyanga before Svedana therapy. Here in Snigdha Svedas, we are giving many different types of methodologies. Some are in squeezing type, some are in rubbing type, some are in tapping of the pottery or the body part based on the condition and requirement of the Svedas. So this is selection of the Snigdha Sveda. So first in Snigdha Sveda is Patra Pinda Sveda. All of you know Patra Pinda Sveda means the Vatahara leaves are made into the chopped and more made it to the potali, and we are applying on the body. So Sweda, where the fermentation is done by heated potali containing the different leaves of medicinal plants. So main ingredients what we are using in our day-to-day practice as the ingredients for the Pinda Sweda, Patra Pinda Swedas are Eranda Patra, coconut gratings, lemon or jambira or common lemon we are using also, Tila Taila for the frying, Eranda Taila also for frying, or Dhanavantram Taila depending on the conditions for the frying purpose or the for mixing purpose we are using, Saindava, Haridra, Rasnadi Churna, Vasapatra, sorry, Nirgundi Patra, Arka Patra, Karanja Patra, Shikru Patra, Chincha Patra, and Datura Patra we are using for the Patra Pinda Swetas. These are chopped into the small pieces, and coconut gratings and lemon and Haridra, Rasna, Methi we are mixing it until the brown color it should be, and made it to pottle and applying. So clinically, where we are using, clinically used in and a method of applications, main important is Vedana Pradhanya Vata Vyadhi. Vedana Pradhanya Vata Vyadhi, Vata Kapara. So we are using it. So in Kapha Samsargaja Vata conditions, we are Patrapatli, we are using it. Manya Shula, Katishula, and the pain due to intravertebral disc plus IVDP, what we call as pain due to intervertebral disc prolapse conditions we are using. Soft touch with a mild pressure we have to apply. In paraspinal muscle spasm, then tapping method should be applied, and no rubbing over the applied part. Leaves may be taken as per the dosha involved or the disease conditions. So main we should be either mild pressure किधर डालना है और tapping किधर करना है, वो important है. वेदना प्राधान्य वात्य व्याधि is very important for Patrapantali के लिए, and Kapha Samsargaja Vata conditions keep in mind. Okay. So in Janu Sandhigata Vata if you are using, mild tapping should be done. Sarvanga Shula if you are using, tapping method is the choice. Okay. Next, coming to the Shashtika Shali Pinda Sweda. So it can also be called as Navarakiji. So all of you know that Shashtika Shali Pinda Sweda name itself suggests that Shashtika is 60, Shali is the rice, Pinda is potali, Sweda is fermentation. The rice which is harvested in 60 days and should be made into the rice, that the rice which is harvested in 60 days and made into the rice and made into the potali and used for the fermentation purpose, that is Shashtika Shali Pinda Sweda. So it is Shashtika Shali is a type of a Snigdha Brahman Sweda. It's a highly Brahmana effect it yields, and it is a very nutrient also. So cooked Shashtika Shali is used to induce the Sweda. So it can also be called as, due to its nutrition rich, it rich in nutrition, so it can also be called as transcutaneous nutraceuticotherapy. So we are transferring the highly nutrition into the skin, through the skin to the inside of the body. That's why it is called as transcutaneous nutraceuticotherapy. So it is a treatment in which Shashtika Shali prepared in a milk processed with Balamula Kwata or any Brahmana Kwata and is tied in boluses. So this is Shashtika Shali Pinda Sweda. So indication as of Shashtika Shali Pinda Sweda and applications. So it can be used for Sthanika and Sarvanga Sweda. It can consider as Mahan Sweda because continuous whole body we are using. So with a more temperature continuously, so more perspiration will be there. So patient may, during the procedure, many patient may get a chills also, what we are daily observing in our day-to-day practices. So that's why it can be considered as a Mahan Sweda. So we are using it in Nirupastham with the Vata Vyadhis, Mamsa Shotsha conditions, Sandhigata Vata conditions, Asti Bhagna conditions we are using, Pakshagata, Ardhita, and Vataja Meha condition we are using it. And some degenerative conditions like osteoarthritis conditions, myalgia conditions, GB syndrome in later stages, and fibromyalgia conditions, various types of neuromuscular and musculoskeletal diseases like post-polio paralysis, paraplegic conditions, congenital spastic paralysis, hemiplegic conditions, and pseudotropic muscular dystrophy, cerebral palsy, and where the muscular muscular wasting is there, where we want to increase the tonicity, muscle bulk, there you can use the Shashtika Shali Pinda Sweda. Chronic rheumatic conditions, muscular dystrophic conditions, vitamin B12 deficiency, also we can use this Shashtika Shali. So main thing is while doing the procedure, you should keep in mind that tapping, rubbing, squeezing method to be followed. You should tap first and then rub it. Then you should squeeze after when it becomes soft. You should squeeze it. Okay, this is the main the procedure should be followed in Shashtika Shali. Content from the patali should be applied over the body part, and it can also called as annalepa. So annalepa can be done, and then it should be after half an hour you can scrape it out. So always you give Gandharvastadi Kashaya 20 to 30 ml. It can also be called as Pati Kashaya on table after procedure, because this Gandharvastadi Kashaya, why we are administering it, we are doing in Shashtikashali continuously Snehana Svedana at a time. So they in Kerala, they believe that continuously giving us Snehana Svedana at a time, the doshas which are accumulated in the Shaka will get melt and will liquefied, and it slowly comes to the kosta. That coming that the doshas which are coming to the kosta should be eliminated out. No, for that purpose, that Pati Kashaya or Gandharvastadi Kashaya should be given after immediately procedure 20 to 30 ml to the patient. So slowly Vatanulomana will be there and dosha will get be evacuated out. So this is the logic behind this Gandharvastadi Kashaya 20 to 30 ml. And Amalaki Talam should be given before starting the Shashtikashali Pindasveda to the vertex of the head. So why? Because this continuous procedure will increase the temperature and may harm to the brain. So to protect from the brain, so Amalaki Talam should be given to the head vertex. Then we should be continue the procedure. So this is about the Shashtikashali Pindasveda. Not only this, Gandharvastadi Taila and Amalaki Talam should be always given in Mahansveda conditions like Parisheka also we are giving. Sarvanga Parisheka is there, we are also giving it just to protect the brain from the excessive heat. Okay. So benefits of the Shashtikashali Pindasveda: improves better blood circulation, gives a color and complexion to the body, and it helps to remove the accumulated waste products in different dhatus of the body, and dhatus activates the dhatwagnis. So increase the body strength and stability, maintains the metabolism, may also be restored to prevent the premature aging in combination with the Mustadi Apanavasti we are giving. So it may stabilize the premature aging or stabilizes the ayu also. So more effective in myopathies diseases which have a no better or a complete treatment in modern world. So also it will be increase the tonicity, strength and bulk of the muscles. So research regarding the Shashtikashali is article in Science Direct Research CFTRI. They have analyzed the nutritional value of the Shashtika. That is, it contains high protein, thiamine 27 to 32%, riboglobin 4 to 25%, niacin 2 to 36%, dietary fibers 34% to 44%, significantly higher phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, sodium, calcium levels were found in Navara rice. This also Navara rice of Shashtikashali. So coming to the Masha Pindasveda, here instead of this Shashtika, we can also use a Masha in that one. So Masha Pinda is highly a the nutritious Veda also. So instead of Shashtika, Masha, rice, Masha should be used. Why Masha is used? It is a rich in lysine protein. So used for the preparation. So it contains, Masha contains proteins, fat, minerals, fibers, and calories, 347 calories, and calcium also. Masha, milk, balamula, mamsarasa can be used. Similar methods of Shashtikashali Pindasveda for the application can be maintained in the Masha Pindasveda. Only thing is, instead of Shali, we are using Masha. So mainly useful in the Mamsa Shosha atrophic conditions like Pakshagata, Ardita, muscular dystrophic conditions, and Karsha. Okay. Coming to the Jambir, another Snigdasveda, Jambir Pindasveda or Naranga Kiji, we are calling it as. So here the Jambiras or the common lemon can also be used and made into the pottery, and we are using it. The Sveda given by using bolus, which is prepared by using Jambira or lemon, along with the Haridra Churna, Manjishta, Kadira Churna and Saindava Lavana, we are using for the preparations. So indication and applications, the main thing is painful conditions or wherever stiffness is there, you should always select the Jambira Pindasveda. Painful conditions like Apabahuka, Viswachi conditions, joint stiffness, frozen shoulder, osteoarthritis with a stiffness. So we are in number of patients we are seeing the results of frozen shoulder. Is the best of choice is Jambira Pindasveda. So if you in frozen shoulder due to the diabetic induced also and some traumatic condition also, if you use it, ultimately you can increase the range of motion of the shoulder joint. So joint stiffness, frozen shoulder, OA with stiffness, always select the Jambira Pinda Sweda. Don't rub the potali. You should just tap it only. Don't rub the potali. Mild tapping is done. Chances of burning sensation over the applied parties are more, so that's why just tap it only. Mild tapping. And rashes are common, so why care should be taken. So coming to the Kukotanda Sweda, that is the main reference is for Bhava Prakasha. We have taken what we are using is the Sweda given by using bolus, which is prepared by using egg yolk, not the yellow part, only egg yolk we are using, along with the Grita, Haridra, Saindava, and made into the potali and Nistusha Lashuna we are using in while preparing that one. And powder of egg shell in conditions like Kukota Toki is also used in astic shell condition. The Kukotanda, that shell part can also be used, and it is mentioned in Bhava Prakasha. So avoid a direct heating method, and indirect heating is the best is best for the preparation. Indirect heating just for a pan or everything, and apply the content over the affected part after confirmation of the heat tolerance. Okay, so this is about the Kukotanda Sweda, especially where the Kukotanda Sweda, what in our clinical practice we are using is Ardita, we are using directly indicated, and Apabahuka, Manyastamba, Sandigatavata, Katigatavata, and Astibhagna. So Ardita, many research have been carried out, but the recent Manyastamba and Sandigatavata in JMC Bangalore, they have conducted a research. PG students of Manyastamba and Sandigatavata, they have given a very good result, that is Kukotanda Sweda in Manyastamba and Sandigatavata. So this is about the indications of the Kukotanda Sweda. So coming to the Chincha Labana Pinda Sweda. Chincha Labana Pinda Sweda. So we are using Chincha Pinda Sweda, Chincha Labana Pinda Sweda in our clinical practice. Chincha Phala we are taking, Dhanyamla we are collecting, Kottum Chikadi Taila we are using for the preparation. Saindava is added, then it added and it's fried till it attains the semi-solid consistency, and then we are making it to the potali and we are using it. So indications for Chincha Lavana Pinda Svedas are Amavata, joint stiffness condition, and Vata Kapha predominant conditions we are using. The composition is Chincha Phala, Saindava Lavana, Taila, we are using Kottum Chikari and Dhanyam. So coming to the Nadi Sweda, Agni Sweda, in which Svedana is by vapors obtained by boiling kashaya in a vessels through nadi. So all of you have seen this nadi sweda. We are in our practice we are using nadi sweda. That's the boiling the shamula, that steam will become, and that steam will be exposed to the particular parts. So different herbs like eranda, shigru, amla are according to the dosha conditions we are using. Commonly we are using the shamula we are using. So it can be given Nadi Sweda, Ekanga Sweda, or intensity of the heat can be controlled. Ekanga Sweda ko hum de sakte hain. It can be controlled, heat can be controlled while giving Nadi Sweda. That is the best advantage of this. Curvature of the pipe helps in preventing the spillage of the condensed drops on the body. So utmost care should be taken while giving Nadi Sweda. The drops are usually will fall on the patient and may burn or scald may happen. So curvature of the pipe, we should take that itself will prevent the spilling of the condensed drops, and the intensity of the heat can be controlled with Nadi Sweda. So pressure cooker or other vapor producing instrument may be also used with a required modification, and many modification have done while giving in Nadi Sweda. Nowadays we are giving a ready-made cookers are coming for the Nadi Sweda to give. So main indications for the Nadi Swedas are Gridrasi, Prastishula, Ardita, Mamsagata, Vatavikara, Katishula, Pakshagata, and Angamanta. And also we are using many other conditions before Nasha and Basti, Sandigata Vata, Katishula, and Manneshula. So this is about the Nadi Sweda. And coming to the Avagava Sweda, Drava Sweda, it is Drava Sweda or Sarvanga or some part we are dipping, that also we are using Drava Sweda and Sarvanga Sweda. So usually tub bath, it can also called as tub bath. So main ingredients for using Avaga Sweda is Kashaya, Taila, Kshira, Gomutra, Kanji we are using. Indications for Mutrashmari, Arsha, Katishula, Prastashula, Pashvashula, Pittanabandi conditions, and Amalaki. Talam should always be given. I told you the Amalaki Talam is for what purpose we are giving is just to protect the brain from excessive heat. So Parisheka Sweda. This is Kaya Parisheka, what we are usually in Kaya Seka or Kaya Parisheka Sweda. So this is can also be tell as Pijichil. So Kaya Seka or Pijichil. So it can be used for Ekanga and Sarvanga. It can consider as Mahan Sveda because all over the body we are using it should be considered as Mahan Sveda. Temperature will be more, and we are continuously throughout the procedure we are maintaining the same temperatures, can be considered as Mahan Sveda. So the ingredients for the Parisheka Sveda are Jala, Kashaya, Sneha, Taila or Grata, Dugdha, Kshira Kashaya, Gomutra, Dhanyambla, Kanji, Takra we are using for the Parisheka Svetas. So pouring from the 10 to 12 angula height is there. So here the pouring of the oil or kashaya from the 10 to 12 feet angula height we are pouring on the body parts. So it can be called as Seka or Pijunnu Tadaval procedure. Seka we are directly only pouring. So Pijunnu Tadaval is the procedure where we are pouring, along with that we are doing the massage. So this is Pijunnu Tadaval procedure. Same Seka only, but along with that massage we are doing. That's Pijunnu Tadaval. So main indications of the different varieties and indications of the different dharas or the parishekas are in a Taila dhara, parisheka or dhara same only. Taila dhara we are using in Pakshagata, Kampavata, Vatarakta. Different Tailas are using in Pakshagata, Kampavata and Vatarakta. And Padatala Tarpanam, so improves the vision and Nidra Padatala. Padatala Tarpana or Pada Abhinga we are giving, or Dhara we are giving to the Padatala Tarpanam, improves the vision and Nidra and Padashula. So in Dhanyam the Dhara we are using in Amavata, ankylosing spondylitis condition, and Dhatugata Ama conditions. Kshira Dhara we are using Vatarakta, Pitta Prakopaka and neuritis conditions we are using. Gomutra Dhara, Amavata, Katigraha conditions. And the Kashaya Dhara, Kapha, Samsrishta Vatavedis or Vatavedis we are using. Chincha Dhara, Amavata, Katigraha we are using. And Takra Dhara, psoriasis, a skin disease involving scaling or exfoliating conditions, Takra Dhara we are using. So this is a different Tailas or different Kashayas or different Parishekas we are using in different diseases. So methods always based on the need you should select. Or Kumbi or Pranadi, Rashalika can be selected for the shake, that's a shaker for Dhara. Cloth can also be, or sponge or mug can be used. Cloth or sponge can be used and dipped into the dravya and can be thumb tilted condition we can do the Dhara. Continuous pouring should be there and the uniform temperature should be maintained throughout the procedure. Cover the silk cloth after procedure, then Amalakitalam should be done. I told Amalakitalam to protect the excessive heat, brain from the excessive heat. You should always give the Amalakitalam because it's a Mahan Sveda, Lalata Sveda. Until what time you have to perform this Kaya Sheka means the Lalata Sveda should be appear. Until that you should continue this one. And always give a Pati Kashaya or Gandharvastadi Kashaya immediately after the procedure or on table you have to give. So this is about the Parisheka. Coming to the Upanaha Sveda, Upanaha Bandhanam Charma Patadi. That is the poultice or a bandaging to the particular part. It is Upanaha only, that is poultice, that is bandaging also. Application of the warm kalka of the Vatara Dravyas with the Amla Dravya or Lavana, Sneha or Mamsa or other sore things. We are mixing it and made it to the paste, applying to the affected part, and then we are tying to the affected part. So 12 hours is the main you should keep on that. अगर आप shampoo tie किया तो सुबह और सुबह tie किया तो shampoo निकलना चाहिए. And where we are using it in our day-to-day practices in Pittanubandhi Vatarakta, Kakolyadi Gana and Padmakadi Gana we are selecting. In Kapanubandhi Vata Surasadi Gana we are selecting. And different kinds of Upanaha what we are using is Godumadi Upanaha, Salavana Upanaha, Vachadi Upanaha, that is Astang Hrudaya Vachadi Upanaha in Vata conditions, Nimba Patra Upanaha, Masha Saindava Upanaha we are using. And there are 3 types of Upanahas are there, Pradeha, Sankara, Bandhana. So depends on the thickness and also applications. There are 3 types, Pradeha, Sankara and Bandhana. So always keep in mind the Upanaha should be 12 hours. You should keep the particular Upanaha on the particular part for 12 hours. If you keep it morning, you should remove evening. Evening, if you keep it morning, you should be removed. This is about the Upanaha Sveda. Special indications for the Upanahas are Atyanta Ruja conditions, we should use it. In Sandhi Stabdata conditions, Sandhi Shodha conditions, joint effusion, arthritis conditions, and bursitis condition, frozen shoulder conditions, and ankylosis, spondylosis conditions we should be used. And shoulder subluxation in stroke patients, we are using Upanahas, where Atyanta Rucha, some the stiffness is there, pain is there, swelling is there. You should use according to the state and stage and the dosha condition. You use Upana Sweda. So coming to the Agni Lepa. So this is Agni Lepa or Lepa. So it is used in the South Karnataka, that in Udupi or other. We are also using. So main this Lepa or Agni Lepa, it can be told. Pralepa, Pradeha, Alepa, Doshakna, Vishakna, Varna lepas are the different kinds of lepas comes under the lepa, Kalpana. So always use the Ushna Tikshna Dravyas and Lashuna, Lavanga, Maricha, Sarshapa, Haridra, Chincha, Nirgundi, Tulasi, Eranda, Shigru are using in the Agni Lepa. So Badaradi Lepa in effusion of knee joint we are using. Apply the Kalka in Pratilomagati. So always apply the Kalka in Pratilomagati while using the Agni Lepa. So Mahisha Charmavat thickness, the thickness should be maintained is Mahisha Charmavat, and similar to the Niragni Upanasveda, it is X. Okay. Then practiced in Avarna Janya Pakshagata. So in early stages of Pakshagata, where flaccid state is there, Sama condition is there, there we are using it in Agni Lepa. So all our body where affected part, we are using Agni Lepa. So Avarna Janya Pakshagata, we are using it. So chances of skin irritation is there. Just first check it, just test it and use it. So different Svedanas, these are different churnas what we are using in day-to-day practices. Kottum Chikadi, it's a pain conditions caused due to morbid Vata and Kapha conditions. Kottum Chikadi churna should be used. Jatamayadi churna Upanaha in gout conditions, swelling associated with pain and inflammation, burning sensation caused due to the morbid Vata and Pitta, and Rasnadi churna where pain and inflammation, swelling in spine and joint. Kola Kulatyadi churna used in pain, stiffness, swelling caused by morbid Kapha. Nagaradi churna we are using in daily practice, pain and swelling caused due to morbid Vata conditions. And the Shanga churna we are in odematous and inflammatory swelling associated with pain and fatigue. So coming to the Vaspasveda. Hello, Vijay sir.
Sir.
Any
Sir.
disturbance, sir?
No, nothing, sir. You can continue, sir.
Okay, some disturbance there. That's okay. Okay, sir. So coming to the Bhaspasveda. So Bhaspasveda, all of you know. So this steam chamber, it can also be called as steam chamber, where it can be used for the Sarvanga Sveda. It can be lying down position, sitting in two types of Bhaspasveda yantra will be coming, sitting and lying down posture. So always while giving the Bhaspasveda, Amalaka Talam or Amalaki Talam should be given, because excessive heat or immediate more intensive heat we are using it in. So that's why dehydration may occur, or due to excessive heat, there will brain damage or any to protect from that excessive heat, the brain should be protected. That's why Amalaka Talam should be used. Until what time you have to use this Bhaspasveda is Lalata Sveda appears on the forehead. So this is care should be taken. So benefits for the Bhaspasveda: persistent and uniform heating of the every part of the body at a time. So at a time you are persistent and uniform heating of the body will be there. So useful as a Puro Karma to Shodhana. So before Vamana, Virechana or Basti Karma, we are using it for the Shodhanartha purpose as a Puro Karma. In Vatavadi conditions, generally after Sarvanga Abhyanga, we are using Bhaspasveda, Sarvanga Sveda. So softens and brightens the skin, less time consuming, and excessive dehydration may appear. So that's why fainting may happen. So always care should be taken while patient coming from the steam chamber. Immediately patient should not be come out. He should rest for after remove the steam box, or after removing the steam that steaming, the patient should take a rest for 5 minutes. After that, slowly patient should be come out from the chamber. Otherwise, patient due to excessive dehydration, patient may faint. So that's why care should be taken in Bhaspasveda. Kshira Dhuma. So this is also called as Kshira Dhuma Sweda. It's a modified Sweda karma effective in Urdha Jatragata Rogas. And Balamula Kashaya raising along with that milk and water are the main ingredients. So this is also a Brahmana Sweda. So Abhyanga over the face should be given, neck region should be given, then cover the eyes first, then pass the vapors through the tube over the face and mouth opened. So till face sweats completely, you should give the Kshiradhuma. Ardhita, trigeminal neuralgic conditions, Hanugraha, Viswachi, Manyastamba, Apabahuka, osteoarthritis of jaw, mastoiditis, cervical spondylosis. This Kshiradhuma you are using, it's a Brahmana, so Nirupastambhita Vatavadis or you are using it. Another one, Panasapatra Sweda. So Abhyanga over the face should be given. Panasapatra we are using in Mukha or this one only in upper Urdhva Chitragata only. Panasapatra Sweda. Abhyanga over the face should be done. Panasapatra heated on a pan containing little oil, and mainly in Ardhita we are using Panasapatra Sweda. Panasapatra Sweda. Apply with rubbing in opposite to Mukha Vakrata. Opposite to the Mukha Vakrata we should use it. Chances of burn is there if not seen temperature. So always Panasapatra should be pan में आप जब भी फ्राई मतलब ये करते रहते हो तो temperature check करके apply करना. Usually we are using it in Ardhita condition Panasapatra Sweda. So here should only thing is burn should not happen. Ishtika Sweda last. So Agni Sweda or it can also be Bashpa Sweda can be considered as Agni Sweda, Bashpa Sweda it comes under. So here brick and kanji thick cloth vessels are needed for the procedure. So instead of brick, stone can also be used. So it's practiced mainly in Vata Kantaka or a fasciitis, bursitis, calcaneous spur condition or retrocalcaneous bursitis conditions. We are using Ishtika Sweda. Brick is heated and kanji is poured and suddenly thick cloth is covered over the brick. Then Bashpa will be come out of it and the affected heel is kept above the brick without touching it. So that the ब्रिक में जो मतलब हम कांजी डालने के बाद एक कपड़ा डाल देना, जो वेपर आता है उसको हम अफेक्टेड पार्ट को एक्सपोज कर देना. Then the temperature well comes down, then leg should be or the heel should be kept on the that brick also, no problem. So once Bashpa comes down, heel can be kept over the brick which is covered by the thick cloth. This is Ishtika Sweda. Usually used in fasciitis, Vata Kantaka, calcaneous spur. So this all about the different kinds. Different varieties of Svedana what we are using in day-to-day practices. So always you should keep in your mind the points to remember while giving this Svedana. So should not do Sveda without Abhyanga. First to keep in mind. Mrudu Sveda if you are giving. So Mrudu Sveda should be always given in Hridaya, Vrishana and Netra. Madhyama Sveda is given in Vankshana Pradesh. Mahan Sveda should be while giving Mahan Sveda Amalaka Talam or a cotton pad dipped in a cold water kept over the vertex area. So you should always keep in mind. If you want to give Mahan Sveda, Anulomottara, Gandharvastadi Kashaya or Pati Kashaya should be given to the patient to remove the little amount of the dosha or coming to the kosta. So it can also called as Mahan Sveda, can be considered as a Murdu Shodhana like it will act. So avoid Sveda in Pitta, Kleda, Pradhanya Vativadis like Kushta, Meha, Staula conditions. Ushna Jalasnana is the in above conditions. Always after a procedure, Ushna Jalasnana should be done. Old age, utmost care should be taken. Giddiness is the common in Pitta Pradhana, hypertension, diabetes, and the patient feels more hungry. So giddiness is the common complications. Check the temperature of the potali before apply to avoid the burns. Careful administration in diabetic neuropathy. Pass these conditions, lepromatous reasons. So at most here the sensation will not there. So while giving this Svedana, you should at most care should be taken before only you should check it. Observe the subsiding of the Shita, Shula, Stamba, Gaurava and mainly Lalata Sveda should be given or you should be observed while giving the Sveda. So if that appears, then stop the Sveda. So Parihara Vishaya, commonly avoid exposure to cold breeze, extreme sunlight, avoid drinking cold water, avoid day sleep, cold water bath, and avoid the disease-wise foodstuffs, and avoid traveling after procedure. So always after procedure, patient body temperature should be comes down or room temperature should be come down. Until that patient should take rest. After that only patient should be leave from the hospital. So mode of action of Svedana, little bit, not that much. The Svedana karma will liquefy the doshas due to its Ushna and Tikshna properties, regulates them towards the GITs. Some same are removed from the body by Shodhana therapies. So Svedana therapy always we are giving Stambha Gaura, Svedana, Svedakarakam. So it removes the stiffness, removal of the heaviness, and produces the sweating. So functions of the Svedana karma, it's Vata niyama controls the Vata, Dosha Dravatva, Gatra Vinamana, Agni Deepana, Tvak Madhava and Prasadana, Bhakta Shraddha, increase appetite, Shrota Shuddhi, done by Svedana, Nidra, Tandra, Kara, Sandhi Chesta, so Nidra, Tandra, Kara, and Dosha Shodhana is done by Svedana. So mechanisms occurring during Svedana karma, if you heat it or if you apply any kind of heat to the body, always keep in mind these physiological procedures will be taken in our body. Increased metabolic rate, vasodilation of the particular part, stimulation of the sweat glands. So this is three things to will happen. So sweat mechanism. So always we know all of you the thermoregulation center is in hypothalamus only. So thermoregulation in hot temperature, what will be happen if the external temperature comes to the warm, that contact with the warm blood or warm if you apply to the body, warm blood, and heat receptor will be inside the blood, that will stimulate the hypothalamus. Then hypothalamus ultimately is a temperature control system that will stimulate the sympathetic stimulation. That sympathetic nerve will stimulate the sweat glands to produce the sweat. That ultimately, along with the sweat, the heat will also goes outside. So there will be two temperature, core temperature that is inside the body. They will be always kept to 100 degrees Celsius. External temperature, that is external temperature will vary according to the environmental changes. So core temperature should be always maintained in a particular this temperature, because it is required for the metabolic or any physiological functions of the body. If it increases, it will disaster the body. So ultimately, if it increases, the body defense mechanism itself will triggers the hypothalamus, sympathetic stimulation, heat, that is generation of the sweat will be there. So this is a sweat mechanism. So increase increased sympathetic activities, epinephrine, norepinephrine, thyroid hormones will be releases. It again increase the metabolic rate and stimulate the lipolysis. So increase demand for the O2 and increase the output of the waste product. So it can be correlated to the digestion of AMA. Okay. So vasodilatation, if you apply then increase body temperature, negative feedback, stimulation of thermoreceptors inside the body, send nerve impulses to the preoptic area that inhibit the heat promotion center and stimulate heat to losing center. Dilatation of the blood vessels, increase the blood to the particular area and maximum oxygen supply and nutrients to the body, and removal of the or expulsion of the metabolic waste product. So it can be correlated with Srotomukha Vishodhana. So stimulation of sweat glands, increased body temperature stimulates sweat glands via hypothermic action of sympathetic nerve, and increased sweat production, more waste removal or metabolic waste will be there. Removal of the more metabolic waste product. Ultimately, patient that particular part, that affected part will get rich oxygen supply and a rich O2 supply. So Svedana corrects the Svedava Sroto Dushti. So last slide, that is scope for the research. What kind of research can be done in future? The effect of serum electrolytes, lipid profile in Sarvanga Bhaspa Sveda, to assess the effect of Shashtikeshali Pinda Sveda in neuron degeneration, vitamin B12, developing subjective parameters to evaluate the effect of different amla dravya such as kanji, mulaka, kanji, and vinegar, assessment of mala nirharana through sweat. So it's really elevation. So nicotine level that can be researched. Comparative clinical study to evaluate the effect of different churnas used in Churna Pinda Sveda, effect of Shashtikeshali Pinda Sveda on blood sugar level, standardization of instrument used in the Svedana Karma, anti-inflammatory properties of Sveda with special reference to ESR and CRP, research. Next, to conclude the session, along with the knowledge of this Vedana, knowledge of procedure is also very much important while performing the procedure. Physician can select the different drugs in the procedure based on the involvement of the dosha and dusha and yukti of the physician. Classical procedures can be modified. It can be modified according to altering the basic concepts. One thing we have to remember is without altering the basic concepts to give scientific approach. So without altering the basic concept, you can modify it. You can use the different kinds of Sveda according to your yukti. So biochemical changes, hormonal assay can be studied to understand the mode of action of different kinds of Sveda. So any queries? Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, dear sir, for such a wonderful session. It was highly knowledgeable session.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, you have justified giving justice through the topic, and the topic was well explained and well understood by our UG as well as PG scholars.
Thank you.
Sir, can we take a few questions, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So there is a question from our UG scholar.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
Sir, you have mentioned that in contraindication of Svedana, in Rakta Pitta, Svedana is contraindicated. So, in like Urdhvagada Rakta Pitta, we have to do, there is the mention that Virechana should you do. So, there we should do Shodhana without Pura Karma or what, sir?
See, what we are giving is, so in Urdhvagata, what I am telling is the contraindication for the particular Urdhva, the Vata, Rakta you are, sorry, Urdhvagata Rakta Pitta you are asking, no? So particular epistaxis is there, there we should not do Svedana. So while performing Sarvanga Shodhana purposes, Sarvanga Abhyanga can be given mildly for the dosha liquefaction. We are telling out not to dislodge the clot. The particular affected part should not be done. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. V.G. Hiremat, sir, Professor, Department of PG Studies of Panchakarma of our college, for vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So we had an wonderful, very elaborative speech from you, sir. So as sir has covered almost all the aspects of this Svedana, especially with respect to different varieties of Sveda, like special the focus sir has made, like the importance of selection of different varieties of Svedas in different conditions. So in Amayukta and Niramayukta, so which kind of Svedas to be selected, and regarding that thing, the sir has clearly mentioned so points. And also one important point we observed is, so usually during the Churna Pinda Sveda and all, so there may be chances of getting this rashes, skin rashes and other things. So to avoid such things, sir has given some hints, like using Haridra and Kadira and this some of the ST Madhu, like these things to be added to the Churna Pinda Sveda, so that we can avoid the skin rashes. And this point is we are very happy to know this thing from you, sir. and simultaneously while doing this Patrapinda Sveda or this Shastikshali Sveda, so which kind of pressure to be applied in which particular condition, and how much pressure to be applied, whether it is mild pressure to be given or moderate pressure to be given. So that those things are very much useful for our students, because in general practice most of the students, they were not having the awareness regarding these aspects, and that those things will be very useful for our students. And along with this, sir has given some important different kinds of Svedana techniques, like for example Chinchalavana Sveda and Panasa Pinda Sveda. So this generally the students and we are all practicing this Patrapinda Sveda, Jambira Pinda Sveda, Shastikshali Pinda Sveda very commonly. But when we come across with some other Pinda Svedas like Chinchalavana Sveda and Panasa Pinda Sveda, etc. So these are the new ones to our students. So definitely these things will take in their practice, and they will be get benefited with these kinds of Svedas. So I really thank you, sir, for giving us a very knowledgeable session, sir. And also I thank you for accepting our request for giving a talk on this particular Panchakarma webinar series. So once again I thank from on behalf of our principal, sir, and our departmental HOD and all our staff members. I thank you, sir.
Yes,
One second, sir. Still, sir, continue, please. I thank even our principal, sir, Dr. K.C. Das, sir, for giving us an opportunity for conducting this kind of webinar series continuously, supporting in many aspects. And also, I thank our HOD, Dr. G.S. Badrinath, sir, for supporting me doing all these activities. And I thank the departmental staff members, and I thank PG scholars and all the students, those who have here and patiently they heard all your this speech and the talk. And thank you one and all. So you want to tell something, sir?
yeah. So I'm very much thankful to all the staff and students for their patience here for 1 hour. So it might be a little bit fast because I had covered a lot of things. That's why, and I have only concentrated on the practical aspect. So that's why it may be a little bit fast. No problem. If anything, the students can directly contact me and I will clear their doubts, sir. No problem.
Sure, sir. Definitely, it was very interesting. That's what the students were hearing very sincerely, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much for Dr. Das, sir, and Dr. Vijay, sir, and Dr. Badrinath, sir, giving me an opportunity to deliver this lecture. And thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Okay, sir.
So we'll end the session, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sir. Thank you.
Bye.